Oh,
Sure.
uh,
Sorry.
I just remembered what Kevin told us about StreamYard and Facebook. So we might want to start encouraging our reviewers to move over to YouTube in case that happens. Because he's talking
Hmm.
about like in 2 months.
Yeah.
Hope it doesn't happen, but want to be prepared.
We will be prepared.
Prepared.
Oh, that picks up.
What a
We
week
got
it has
2 hours to
been.
fill, so we'll talk about of course of the belts, and we can talk about the Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania coming up.
Speaking of belts, I'm gonna grab mine before you.
Okay, mine are spread all over the floor around me, so I'm
Me
trying to figure
too.
how I'm gonna get to them. Hopefully, dogs won't bother me tonight because Melissa's home, so she'll let him out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, sure comes in handy. Oh shoot, keep doing that.
This belt is heavy, man.
Yep. My order is getting ready to pull up. I knew it.
Nice. What'd
Stop,
you
don't.
order? What'd you
And did she
order,
come with a
man?
pump?
Armor plated. Inflatable.
Ah, okay.
Gotta get the top stuff.
Yeah. We got snow here today. I was out of town. I missed it. It rained on me up in Oklahoma City, but it snowed here.
Really?
Yeah, it snowed on us yesterday.
We got
I
sleet in
saw
Oklahoma City.
I saw 3 rollover accidents,
Wow.
and another guy hit a traffic pole right in front of me.
I
Oh,
saw a pretty
man.
bad wreck in Oklahoma City as I was leaving. I don't know if I was hurt or not, but it looked pretty bad. Major intersection. Not very far from where I was at, there was a fire truck that collided with a car that pulled out in front of it. They were on a call, lights and sirens, and it killed somebody.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Firemen, from what I heard, were pretty devastated. I can understand that. They were actually going to another accident call when that happened. But some car at a stop sign pulled out right in front of them. Apparently didn't hear or see them.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Oh, I had an idea for a segment. I'll talk to you about it after the show. I think it'll be funny if I can pull it off, but we'll talk
Hey,
about it
I'm
after the
down.
show. I meant to talk about it before the show, but forgot.
I'm down.
But it'll be pretty unique if I can pull it off. But it requires certain timing, and I'll you'll know what to talk about here in a little bit. I think it'll be fun.
Oh, I'm down. I'm just gonna put this bad boy over my shoulder. Oh.
All right. You got a new belt day. I got a new belt day.
I'll tell you what, this
Everybody
the,
got
wor-
new belt day.
the World Heavyweight title and
Yeah.
the United States title are 3 of my favorites.
Huh.
Out of the new shop belts.
Oh, okay. They're all heavy, aren't they?
Yes.
Pretty beefy belts.
And the stonework is starting to look better. Just the all together work on the belt is looking better.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. He's having Wi-Fi issues.
Oh, okay. I kind of am too, so I may have to go get my backup. Am I clear so far? Have I cut out at all?
No, you're clear.
Okay. Okie dokie. Less than 30 seconds. Then we'll release the hounds.
Release the hounds.
Yeah. The hounds are like, where are we going? We going somewhere?
3 blind mice. Were they really blind? No.
Yeah. There's down street corners begging for money. Ben. Well, Ben's not here. Let's go ahead and start the show. Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday night. You know what that means. It's time to go spanning the globe. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Mark Maggard, and I am your host for the evening. And joining me tonight, we should have another host joining shortly. He's having Wi-Fi issues, but joining me so far at the beginning of the show, next to me is the Warden,
What's
the
up,
hardcore
everybody?
Don. And underneath us here is Ben Walker of Championship
evening.
Belt Brothers. Be sure you like and subscribe. Yeah. So thank you for joining us tonight, as usual. Andy should be joining us here shortly. He was on with us earlier, but dropped off. He's having Wi-Fi issues, so we'll get him on here as soon as we can. Let's see who's watching us tonight. Oh, before we get to that, though, I just want to remind everybody this show is sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Belt Releathering, by Unique Championship Belts, and by Ashley's Southern Design. So if you like custom shirts, just look her up on Facebook, tell her what you want. She usually gets you fixed up, and she does mail order. So she happens to be my daughter, so help her out if you can. Also, if you're watching us on Facebook, be sure you click the StreamYard link. Let us know what your name is so we can put your name on the screen. Otherwise, you'll be one of many Facebook users that pop up on the screen. We don't want that. We want to know who we're talking to. Give you a proper shout out. Or you can go to YouTube and look up the Wide World of Belts YouTube channel and watch us there. And be sure you like and subscribe there as well. And that portion of the show is made possible by the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast. They help us out with the StreamYard subscription, makes it more affordable for all of us.
Thank you, guys.
Allows us to bring this to you on both platforms. So we really appreciate their partnership. Well, guys, how are you doing? You know, we lost a couple legends this last week.
Yeah, man.
Ole Anderson, for some of you old school guys, and then, of course, Virgil from WB. Well, back then it was WWF.
And then we lost a comedian. Another comedian.
Richard Lewis, yeah. I didn't do a
Richard
10
Lewis.
bell salute for him because he wasn't a wrestler, but yeah, they come in threes. They come in
Yeah.
threes. So let me.
There's rumors about Coco Beware, so
Yeah. Rumors about he's not doing very well.
Right.
Hello, Kirk Hall,
What's
our
up,
first
Kurt?
commenter every week. Cuddles is joining us tonight. Hello.
What's up, Cuddles?
Cuddles.
Good evening, Scott. It
What's
is
up,
showtime.
Scott?
Sure
Yes,
is.
sir.
No good time like showtime. Good. Okay. All right.
Oh, dang.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, there you go. There's the boss. There's the
Yep.
boss.
One of my favorite viewers.
Konnichiwa.
There's Drew. Drew.
Konnichiwa.
Drew sent me a picture. I can't remember if it was tonight, last night or this morning. I think it was this morning. Picture of Ric Flair, Harley Race, and who was the AWA champion? Nick Bockwinkel, all wearing their tweed suits from back in the day. And
seen
I
the
don't remember what the
post.
caption said, but it was hilarious. But that's what they wore back in the day. They wore what people use as curtains nowadays. So
With
was
the
the style.
butterfly collars and
yes. So,
What's
but
up,
Drew, I appreciate
Platinum?
you sending me a picture. He's always sending me funny stuff. I appreciate that.
Those
There's
guys
Platinum.
are the
Hello,
polyester
Platinum.
kings.
Hey, Platinum.
What's up,
Yeah.
Platinum? What's
Well,
up,
Scott?
Scott?
It's Thursday.
Thursday.
Vinny Carquito.
Hey,
Remember,
Vinny.
you don't always need Jesus to be nice to someone. You just need not be. Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely
Indeed.
true.
Yes, indeed.
I like his big greens, by the way. He's got a collection of big greens. There's Andy.
Oh man, that's the big green king.
Andy's back.
Here we go.
Did you get your
BB,
technical
baby.
difficulties?
Wi-Fi issues at the Bolger house.
Right,
I tell
oh,
you.
man.
Oh, Chris Raines,
What's up, Chris?
Joey Gray,
Hey, Joey.
Joey
Chris?
Gray.
Bells and Bells podcast,
Yes. Another good.
Jason
good.
Cortez.
Jason Cortez.
My man.
What's
Jason?
going on?
What's going
The
on,
PPF
brother?
Hardcore Champion in the house.
Yeah. You're number one in our book too, Chris. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Chris.
There she is. I was waiting on
All
this.
right.
There's Ashley.
Ashley.
I would say hello to Rylan, my grandson.
Hey,
So,
Rylan.
Let me know if he's
What's up, buddy?
let me know if he's left the room. Usually when we give him a shout out, she says he runs out of the room embarrassed. So I heard they charge half what they charge at WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it half price
not
wrestling?
Yeah. There's CJ Smith. You made it yet another week.
Hey, CJ.
Hey,
Hope things are
CJ.
going better. Hope things are going better for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
man.
Speaking
up,
of that,
Kevin?
we want to give a shout out to Kevin Davenport, our fellow admin at Wide World of Bells. Just let you know where your thoughts are. You're in our thoughts and prayers.
Shout out to Kevin.
There- Yep.
What's up,
There's
Phil?
Phil.
What's up, Phil?
Hey, Phil.
Yeah, you're an official sponsor, even though you don't pay me anything. But yeah, I heard
Yeah,
about that.
man.
Really started to hear
Ooh,
about that.
that is rough,
tough.
man. That is
Gotta be
rough.
tough.
One is rough, but three.
Yeah, yeah.
What's going on,
What's up,
Ethan?
Ethan
Hey, Ethan.
Thompson. He was on the Goat Milk podcast, and they gave us a shout out the other night, so I want to give them a proper shout out. Check out the Goat Milk podcast. They did a pretty good job as well.
One of the realest
Antonio
podcasts in
Mendoza.
the hobby.
Absolutely, yeah.
Ethan Thompson and Tony. Check them out.
Yo, Facebook user, one of those
What's up,
FUs.
Facebook user?
80 Terry's watched this live again tonight. He's been watching this live a lot lately.
Mhm.
What's up, AD?
Get to work.
Ah, okay. She's probably watching us on the phone.
Oh man, it's like that now. You're just gonna put us on the
He's
phone.
watching it on the little screen tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're on a little screen. Yeah, that's supposed to add 10 pounds, I heard.
Right?
Oh, there he is.
All right. Now we're official. Hey Nora, how's it
You're
going? Hope
official.
all is well.
We are
Yeah.
we are
What's up, bud?
truly worldwide. We are truly
Yeah.
worldwide. We have viewers in Malaysia, Australia, England, where else?
Who was that?
Canada. Truly
Facebook
worldwide.
user, who is that?
I'd like to
So
know
we
who
can
that
give you a
is.
recognition.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Click on the StreamYard link. Okay,
Chris
good.
Stratton. It's Chris Stratton.
Oh,
That's who it
okay.
is.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Oh, what's up, Chris?
Oh,
Thank
okay,
you, man.
good.
Appreciate you, man.
There's a reason why I
Thank-
did not want him watching right now.
Yeah, thank you for what you do, man. With
Hey,
your
Drew.
man.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the caption on the pictures was back when wrestlers dressed like your uncle's bookie. That's right. Yeah, but that was the style in the day, and it was stylish. Nobody thought anything of it. It's kind of like the mullet.
Oh. Yeah. What's up, Steven?
I've got a picture of him. Steven, would you mind if I showed that picture? I've got it on my phone. I need to upload it, but I sold him a Dome Glow belt, and he came actually to my house to pick it up, and I took a picture of him from this room right here. I was standing right here. He was standing right here, and so, I lost my belt cam. That's okay. I'll pull it back up in a minute. Yeah, she pays me with her love. Be careful how you say that. Yeah, she's my daughter. She
Shirts.
loves me.
Free shirts. Free shirts.
No, she don't give me free shirts. I don't get a family discount either. There it is.
What?
No. It's
Next time
okay.
she comes over and eats at your house, just give her a bill. Tell her we're even.
Okay, I'm gonna send the picture of my phone. She gave me a really handsome grandson. So
Yeah, okay. All right.
There you go.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's
yeah,
something
he's
to
been
last
showing off.
for a
He's been
lifetime.
showing off at that UWF TV. Sorry, I was reading ahead.
Okay,
Chris, you know
cool,
how to
Chris.
click the StreamYard link. Come on, man.
Who day?
Ricky, here's Ricky.
What's
Hey,
up,
Ricky.
Ricky?
Hey, Ricky.
You look fine. You look fine. You look fine. I'll let me download that picture real quick. Let's talk about Ole Anderson. We'll start with Ole. Ole, for some of you who are not familiar with 80s wrestling, Ole Anderson was a legend, one of the founding members of the Four Horsemen. He and his kayfabe brother Gene Anderson formed the original Minnesota Wrecking Crew and wreaked havoc in the Mid-Atlantic area. They were the World Tag Team Champions, NWA World Tag Team Champions many times over. He was a heel most of his career. He played babyface every so often. And he was really, in my opinion, pretty good on the microphone. Very eloquently spoke on the microphone. But if you watch a lot of the YouTube shoot interviews with him the last few years, he just comes across as a very bitter, angry individual. Um, but it is a tremendous loss to the wrestling community because he was there for the heyday, the glory days of pro wrestling, in my opinion, the
Yeah,
'80s.
Sure was.
he was one of the bookers. He was one
Yeah.
of the bookers that helped it.
That's right. He booked as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Down this picture.
Wasn't he an owner in Georgia Championship Wrestling?
I think so. I think
I
he
Yeah, I
was.
believe
think he
so.
was.
Yeah, I believe he was part owner. Yeah. I mean, the guy lent, he gave to what we all grew up watching. Um, he was a great wrestler, man.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
you know he's one of those wrestlers that if we're gonna name some of the toughest, roughest wrestlers of all time, Ole Anderson got to be up in there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The guy
He
was
was
he was
he was the
nicknamed
reason
the
that
Rock.
Arn Anderson became Arn Anderson. Arn
Yeah,
Anderson was not an Anderson, but they said he looked so much like Ole, they gave him the name Arn Anderson.
he was responsible for forming the Road Warriors. He's the one that put the Road Warriors together. Oh man.
Oh, I think you got me confused with somebody else who I won't mention because he'll get mad at me if I say that.
Yeah,
But did you consume any goat milk while taking those pictures?
No.
yeah. He formed the Road Warriors. It was him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know that.
Right.
I
He's
forgot
the one
about
that
that. That's
created. He created the Legion of Doom. He created the Road Warriors. For those that don't know, the Legion of Doom was their stable originally.
Hmm.
It wasn't the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. The Legion of Doom was Jake Roberts, was it King Kong Bundy,
Buzz Sawyer. Buzz Sawyer.
and Buzz Sawyer and the Road Warriors.
I remember
Okay.
King Bundy being in the Legion of Doom in that day, but he might have been later. But no, Buzz Sawyer, Jake Roberts, the Road Warriors, Paul Ellering,
Paul
and
Ellering.
yeah, I think that was it, but I can't remember. No, he didn't like Ric Flair. He called him the drizzling shits on many occasions. But I'll tell you what, he made a lot of money with Ric Flair.
Right.
He made a lot of money. He told there's a video out there of him being interviewed. He was talking about Ric Flair, and he said he gave him the world title to get him out of his territory. I don't know if that's true or not, because back in that day, there was still a committee of NWA promoters that voted for the world champion. But he said,
Right.
I gave him the title to get him out of here. He didn't like him. He said he couldn't draw money, which is laughable. So I don't know, but it's just sad that he comes across as an angry, bitter old man in his later years, which that could be because of dementia. It could be because of health. It could be just a number of reasons. But and Ric Flair admitted we didn't always agree, but he had tremendous respect for Ole Anderson, as most people do. So don't judge Ole Anderson by his later videos, because that is a shell of the man who we saw back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. He
Yeah.
was a tremendous talent back in his day.
Yeah.
The original Rock.
Yep.
Well, Arn's son reminds me of him a little bit. If you notice,
Really?
when he was younger, he looks like Ole when he was younger.
Don't know, Platinum. That's a good
I
question.
noticed that.
There's a lot of people that probably need to make things right before he passed away, but that was Ole's choice, I guess.
I just hope he didn't go to his grave a grumpy old man that all of us, pretty much heard that's what he was. I mean, I hope he was able to find happiness
Andy, where's your microphone located?
on my phone.
Okay, it's loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm going to fix that. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, it's been a fun day at the house, let me tell you.
Sure has. He was a great heel. He's a tremendous heel. He sure was.
Hmm. Very, very, very.
One of the funniest
Great
things I ever
heel.
saw involving him was when he was trying to get Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper was in a fight with somebody. Ole was part of the group that's trying to break them up, and in the melee, Roddy Piper hit him. And so, sorry, Andy, trying to bring you in. You already popped in.
Is this any better, Mark?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ole had come out and asked for an apology from Roddy Piper. And Roddy came out and said, what am I apologizing for? Well, you hit me. And so Roddy was, talking. I'm not going to apologize. And he called him a pig face and walked off. And Ole went, pig face! He said, hey! He chased him out of the ring. It was hilarious. But if many of you guys who are younger guys that did not grow up in the 80s that got to see Ole Anderson in the ring, he and Stan Hansen wrestled the World Tag Team Champions at one time.
Mhm.
And they were tough. They were tough. Everybody, Stan Hansen is legendary for being rough because he couldn't see. He had that lariat and he would literally knock people down with it because he didn't realize he was so close to them. But him and Ole together, they were both big men, wreaked havoc on the tag team division. So, again, it's a tremendous loss. And I think it was Andy or Richard. I think it's Andy that said that the family is not going to have services
Ole's
for him.
family, in the obituary at the very bottom, it says that Ole's family, they're not going to have a service. Who knows?
If I knew this, I forgot.
Oh,
He was also the voice of the Shockmaster.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I
didn't
heard
know
it and forgot.
And the Black Scorpion. He was
Oh,
the
okay,
voice
I
of the
didn't know
Black
that.
Scorpion.
I remember the Black
Wow.
Scorpion, but I didn't know he was
Yeah.
the Shockmaster voice.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, you think about it now. The Shockmaster and the Black Scorpion did kind of sound similar.
They did.
They
They
did. That yeah. I know he was a Black Scorpion's voice.
Interesting. That's interesting too.
Yeah, he did say that in the shoot interview. Chris is right. I've seen that shoot interview. He talked.
Wow.
He was talking about Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get to the
That's
belt of
what
the
I
week here in
do,
just a
young
moment.
buck.
I'm gonna get to the belt of the week here in a few minutes, but I want to talk about Virgil as well too. I want to start off with these two gentlemen because they actually left their marks on professional wrestling in completely different ways. Lane Nedford, hello. They were very tough, yes. No, they shouldn't, but some people that's the way they choose to go out. So
Unfortunately.
yeah, Steven Anderson, he's been in the business. He knows a lot about it. So no, I haven't seen that. Have you guys seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting.
No, I haven't seen it.
So let's turn the conversation now to Virgil. Virgil wasn't exactly one of the better known talents in WWF. He kind of took the side seat to Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. And would you say he were his valet or just bodyguard, or what was his role?
A little bit of both, really.
I would
Yeah, a
say
little bit of
bodyguard
both.
role. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Virgil passed away too yesterday.
Yep.
And
Did they say what Virgil's cause of death was?
They haven't.
Okay.
Now I do know he had a series of strokes recently, so that could.
I
have
know.
something to do with it.
Yeah.
Bill Gianni.
I just saw.
What's up, Gianni?
What's up, Gianni? I just saw that one video where they were all singing, and
Uh-huh.
$1 Million Man was singing, and Virgil was just standing there with his arm folded, all
Like he always did, yeah.
Mhm.
just stared there. He stayed in character the whole time. Everybody else is dancing and swaying back and forth, and he's just standing there.
And none of us
Looking
way back
forward.
when knew at all that he was called Virgil as a shot to Dusty.
I didn't know that till recently.
Yeah.
Well,
didn't know
well,
that,
then when he went to WCW and joined the NWO, his name was Vince.
Vince. Yeah. So it's a fire back.
It was
Yeah.
a fire back, right?
Mhm. Yep.
That's funny. That's
Yeah.
Sure
funny.
was.
So he
Oh,
was
that's
Vince
great.
and Virgil.
Okay. I forgot about the Vince part.
Yeah.
Did you see when he used to wrestle in the Indies? He dressed up as Apollo Creed with the red, white,
Uh-uh.
and blue, and the top hat.
Mhm.
And everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did.
I think he did that. Yeah.
When he was Soul Train
How
Jones.
how was he
seen that.
in the ring? How was he in the ring as a wrestler?
He was actually pretty decent. He wrestled a lot down in Memphis
Okay.
and down in the southern states. He wasn't
I never
too
saw him
bad. He
wrestle.
was, I believe he was USWA champion or CWA champion one time or so.
Okay.
So
That says something right there.
Yeah. If you're good enough to be in Memphis, you know,
A
Memphis
champion
used
in
to
Memphis.
be
A
you
champion in
Memphis,
Memphis.
right? Memphis was one of the gateways to the big, the big companies.
Yep.
Along
Sure
with
was.
Georgia and Central States and uh, Mid Atlantic.
Huh.
Came out of one of those territories, Missouri, or I said Central States. You come out of one of those territories, you got to some of the big companies.
Yeah.
And he did.
Now he didn't really speak much, if at all, right? When he was with DiBiase,
No.
he was
No,
kind of
was
like
very quiet.
he was
kept
like
really
China, or that gal from
He really
NWA,
didn't, and he really
Camille.
didn't talk. He didn't talk much at all.
No.
No, he's talked more in the interviews than anything.
No. I think
So-
he didn't talk until he started wrestling for WWF.
I just don't think he got enough credit for his contributions because, there's been pictures out there of him at the cons, sitting at a table, and nobody's there lined up to get his autograph. Now that could be,
Well, there was tons
snapshots
of stories that he would go. He would literally go follow people around and say, "Okay, $20 for a picture. Okay, $20 for an autograph." He would
Yeah.
bug the people at the conventions.
Yeah, which is sad.
It was a shame. It was a shame to hear
it
that.
is, it is. Because he contributed greatly. It
He did.
wasn't in a major way, but he made a perfect side, what do you call a sidekick to DiBiase. He'd stand
yeah.
there holding that wad of money, and daring people.
He did
to
a
come
great
get it.
job.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's really sad that
I'm
his
one of
career
those
ended the
people.
way
I
it
would have
did.
went up to him. Yeah, I would have.
And plus, he was $1 Million champion too.
Yeah. There was only 3 of them, and he
Yep.
was one.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in the NWO.
That's when he was Vince.
Yep.
Or Vincent.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was a second. Okay. He was vocal when he told the brats to get out of the public pool. DiBiase. Oh, I did. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jake Roberts told him. I don't
Jay
know.
Roberts stole it. Yeah, Jay
Okay.
Roberts stole it and then put it in the bag with the snake and dared him to go in there and get it.
Okay. Here you go, Andy.
Oh, here we go.
But Gianni, Virgil was much older than you were, so when he was growing up, you weren't even born yet.
Johnny and Virgil
Yeah.
used to do lunch
Wouldn't
together.
like he was second kid. Okay. I don't know his role was clearly defined, but yeah, he was by his side all the time and
Mhm.
watched his back. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Did a good job. He did great in his character.
I love this comment. My wife and I were going to a flea market in farmland, Hartville, Ohio. I joked that Virgil would be there, and he was all by himself in the lot.
Oh, no.
That's great. That's great. So anyway, both tremendous losses to the wrestling community. I know I've seen some interviews with Virgil the last couple years, and they were kind of sad. There was one where he accidentally exposed himself. There's a couple where he just didn't. When he was talking, you could tell something was wrong. Either he was intoxicated or had a health issue or something. He just wasn't very clear with his speech. It's just really sad to see that.
Yeah.
But rest in peace to both of those guys. They, their contributions will not be forgotten. And I would like to see Virgil in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame, right?
I
No.
don't think so.
No, he's not.
No. But
I think he should be in there.
they haven't announced who's going to be in this year yet.
Nope.
And usually
Why not?
they start those announcements right around Royal Rumble, and you would hear them from.
Yeah,
that
they should have
point.
had him. They should at least have the date that they're going to make the announcements, if anything, by now.
Right.
But we haven't heard a thing.
Yeah.
They haven't even released the advertisements for the game yet in the stores. They have received none of it yet.
The people are already getting the game.
Yeah.
It got
Yeah.
released yesterday.
That's a possibility, Ricky.
Yeah, very,
Yeah.
very possible. He suffered from dementia. I think I read somewhere they said that he showed signs of dementia.
Hmm. It's a shame.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna show this picture real quick of Steven Anderson with this belt. I sold him this belt. He's standing right where I'm sitting right now. He's holding the NWA 10 pounds of gold that was made by Dream Championship Belts. It's on my leather. He drove 2 hours from Oklahoma City to come pick it up for me. We sat and visited for an hour, hour and a half, and he went home. So, and he had just had recent heart surgery, so he was little weak, little slow to get around, but he had that gleam in his eye when he saw that belt. So it was good to visit with him. I've been to his house once. He's been to my house once, so I'm sure we'll
That's
get
cool.
together again soon. So very happy for him to have that belt. He almost bought another one from me, but didn't work out. But I'm holding it for him, so we'll see. Yeah, may they both rest in peace. Okay, so this is typically the part of our show, or the beginning part of the show is where we show off the belt of the week, and I actually have a video. Oh, that's right. Vinny's got the other one. Yeah, Vinny got the other one. So, two happy
Nice.
guys. Oh, good. You still got it. Good. Awesome. Awesome. He said he just wished that he had the opportunity to challenge for that belt. So, would have been cool to see. So I have a video, and I gotta get belt cam up real quick because I'm gonna show something here in a minute. Let me pull it up real quick. Richard has the honor of doing the belt of the week this week, and he's gonna show it off. It's actually the one on his shoulder, but I'm gonna show off the video real quick, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. There it is, the undisputed heavyweight championship, and that's the belt that Richard has over his shoulder. So you want to hold that up there? Take a look at it. We're going to acknowledge him.
Yes, we always must acknowledge him.
That looks like a heavy belt.
This is heavy.
Hello, Tyler. Good to hear from you.
What's
Hey,
up,
Tyler.
Tyler?
Hey, dollar.
Like I said, this was another of my favorites right now. I had to buy the side plates. With the thickness of the plate, look at that. The curve.
Yeah. Now the piece behind the main plate behind that logo, that's metal too, right? It's not leather.
Yep, it's metal. Yep.
All right, put the cap.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
metal, but this is a gorgeous belt, man.
It is
And,
very nice.
The side plates. Let me put this down real quick.
I don't know why my dogs are barking, so ignore that.
Now I hope if they're doing this the way I think they are, I think the side plates now when they come out, they're gonna have the boxes like this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at that. The tribal.
Oh, the boxes are gonna be
That was
custom
so
too.
cool.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a perfect
Very
touch,
nice.
you know.
Very nice. And I didn't
I
notice. Did you
acknowledge
put
him.
the side plates on that belt already, or are you going to? Oh, there's Andy.
I
getting
put them
in
on
the
there.
Okay,
I
I'm
put 'em
sorry.
on
I had
there.
the dogs. Okay, my daughter walked in, and I didn't get a chance to see that. So, very nice.
This is the only thing I didn't like about it. The belt was the whole belt is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but the original side plates are just like this.
Yeah, they all come like that.
They could have, yeah, they could have did something different. You know what I mean?
So the original side plates just have the old nasty crystal,
Yep.
and
That's it.
not the nice rhinestones.
No, it does. It has the rhinestones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has it. See how it's
Yeah.
just the lighting. I'm just surprised and shocked the way their product has changed over the.
They've gotten so
within
much
the span
better,
of
haven't they?
2 years, yeah. I mean, even the boxes they're not made cheap anymore, and they're easy to show.
Yeah, the stones they were put with the network logo, those two belts before, they were just terrible. They were terrible.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Oh boy.
In your face, Johnny. In your face, Johnny.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I've got a new belt day too, and I want to make sure Rylan wasn't watching because this is gonna be for him.
What's up,
He doesn't know
Michael?
it yet. Now, before I show this off, put that back where it was. I'm not ready for that one yet. Oh shoot!
If you notice, I had to put that belt down. That thing's heavy, man.
My grandson Rylan was here one day back here. He likes to look at my belts, and he was looking at oops, stupid earbuds. He was looking at this one right here, and I said, "You like that belt?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "You want one?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "You want one like that, or you want a little one?" He said, "I want a little one." Okay. So I've been searching high and low. I did not realize that WWE Shop no longer sells them. They do have. Well, at that time I started looking. They had the blue Universal kid size, but he didn't want that one. He wants this one. So I looked and looked. I even contacted the maker last week and said, "Hey, what would you charge me?" He quoted me a price, which I thought was a little high, but I paid him half anyway because I want to make my grandson happy. And the day after I did that, Richard said, "Hey, I found one for sale in one of the belt groups." And so he sent it to me, and the guy wanted $150 for it. And I messaged him, and because I was a little skeptical, because I messaged somebody else that had one on the marketplace, and they responded to me, and they wanted $50 for that one. So I just knew it was got to be a scam. So we made the deal. He shipped it out. It came today. I was out of town, but my daughter Ashley came over and picked and pulled it off the porch, brought it in the house, and opened it for me. So here it is. Let me go full screen. The network logo, kid size. It's actually WWE Shop. Isn't that cute?
nice.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Even got a little
Looks
mini belt
great.
tip on it. It's not clean. And he cleaned it up. I've been handling it a lot, so I got fingerprints all over it. And I haven't decided yet whether I'm gonna put it on leather or not. It's just I don't really like doing this belt on leather because there's a lot of extra tooling, and it's hard to get it right because of some of the contours. But if he wants it on leather, I'll try to do it if I can find some scrap leather that I have left over from the jobs I'm working on right now. But this is for Rylan, my grandson, so he can join the belt community.
I think he'll
And,
be more than happy to have it, man.
I think so. He'll be the only kid that I know of here that has a real replica.
Right. He's not going to say anything about it being TV accurate.
Oh no. We're gonna do
Is the
that.
writing small on that, or is it just me? No, I'm just joking.
No, it's not. Yeah. Let's see. It says official WWE shop. F.U. Richard.
Yeah.
It even came with
subscribe.
yeah, like and subscribe. It even came with a belt bag.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean the belt is clean. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I got to clean up a little bit from handling it, but the bag needs to be cleaned up a little bit. But that's no big deal.
Mhm.
It's got a little wear on it, but he ain't gonna throw a fit about it.
That'll look good on the shelf in his room, man.
Also, I still have this belt for sale. This light won't tilt. There we go. Let me pull up a belt cam. There we go. This is the Fandu Dome Globe. I still have it. And it does still have the tarnish on it. It's hard to see it in these pictures. if you get it bright sunlight, you can see the tarnish. It sticks out like a sore thumb. But in a regular room, it's hard to see. It looks like little water spots. But there's water spots or tarnish on the main plate. There's a little bit on the Mexico side plate too. You kind of see it on the bottom of under the flag there. A little bit of tarnish, but it's a great shape. Otherwise, it's on the original faux leather strap. It's not real leather. The screws are exposed, and I was asking $350 ship for it, but I can't. I mean, it's still $100 less than what the Fandu charges for a brand new one. But with the tarnish and everything like that, I'm having trouble selling it. So I will take 300 shipped for this belt. I had somebody offer me 275 yesterday. I'm not going to take less than 300. So I would take 300 shipped for this because I want to make room for more belts I got coming. So there's your Fandu stamp right there. And on this, there's two versions of this belt. There's well, this has the United Kingdom's. There's actually three different versions. You have the with the United Kingdom strap instead of Australia. Then you have the real leather version, which means the screws on the back are covered up. On this one, they're exposed, so you can take the plates off to your heart's desire. I was going to re-leather this one on a TV accurate strap, but I decided I want to sell it instead. So, $300 shipped. Let me know after the show, and we'll make a deal. Okay. And one more, two more things. Actually. Also, most of you know that I bought a Classic Steels Dome Globe plate, and right now I'm actually in the process of leathering it. Finally, I just had some of the projects come up and kind of kept me from that. And a lot of you know I had some issues with the side plates on the flags paint. I had some issues, and Plastic Shields made it good. They sent me some new replacement side plates. I offered to send these back. They said, no, just we don't need them back. Don't do us any good. So I'm going to take one of them out of the plastic. I repainted them myself. I'm not a great painter, but I'm supposed to show you. These are just the side plates only. I don't have the grommets. That's my paint job. I did the paint. It's not perfect, but I have all four side plates. I have Mexico, I have Australia, I have Japan, and Canada. The old Canada flag, the red one, not the maple leaf. And I'm going to sell these if anybody's interested. I don't know what I'm going to sell them for yet, but I don't need them. But they are Classic Shields plates, but I did the paint job on them, so it's not perfect. It'll get by. So if you have a Dome Globe main plate or one of the side plates, that's Shields side plate. I don't know yet what I'm going to ask for them because I had no clue. I'll take suggestions from the gallery. They have an idea.
I would say at least 100, maybe 150.
I'm open. I have no clue.
I still have that Classic Shields Big Gold, re-leathered, re-stoned, that I'm looking to trade. So if anybody's interested, I'm looking for a shop Rhine. I'm looking for 2 shop belts for the Classic Shield belt in hand. I did purchase the belt from Danny. He purchased it from Jeff Levine, and I've had it in my collection for a little while. So I still have it in my hands, and I'm looking for the shop Rhine and possibly the Uso Signature Series belt. If anybody's interested, hit me up, or I'm up, but I definitely want that shop Rhine.
No, Antonio, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. I actually made a few belt bags for my belts. Don't have them all, but need to get some more material.
Definitely.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, he's going to love it. Can't wait to give it to him. I'm trying to catch up on the comments. There's Antonio coming in. Okay.
That would be pretty cool, Ashley, if you made him a shirt. So when he opens up the belt, he can have a shirt inside to put on at the same time.
Oh, I didn't think about
That'd
that.
be cool.
I'm going to give it to him this weekend, so I won't have time to get a shirt. Too many network logos. Well, I got one for myself on right here, and this is my son's right here. And so these are actually, this one is my first leather job. This one over here, and this is my second one right here. That's how I got leather. I did those two just because I wanted to try leather, and I made the
Thanks,
mistake
Scott.
of showing them off in a group somewhere, and I started getting orders. So, okay, Johnny. Oh, Steven. Yeah, I know. I'm having connection issues. My internet is just in and out sometimes. It's too many people on the same tower.
What's up? What's up, Steven?
You love that crotch cam, don't you? Platinum crotch cam. I'm glad you brought up the raffle. Yeah. Be sure you check that out.
We
Be sure you check that out.
events. We
Is that
got
on Mendoza
events
Craft?
now.
Is it on your leather page? Oh, okay. I got you.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Speaking of raffles, he's got this SmackDown tag he's going to put up for raffle. I assume he leathered it. He does great work, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I am considering raffling this off. This is a Premier Dome Globe. I'm going to refer to the raffle from here on out as an event because, people don't like that. This is a Premier Dome Globe, and I put the leather on this. I did double loop lacing, so it's hand laced, genuine leather. Put my stamp on. Whoops, on the other side. Stamps on this end right there. Screws are concealed, but I'm thinking about doing a raffle. I didn't get a whole lot of feedback on this except in a post. I had a few people say they would get involved in it. I'm thinking about doing a 26 spot Powerball event, $16 a spot. So I'm still debating it. I'm not real crazy about doing this because I've never done that before, and I've heard have been issues with those events in the past. But I'm gonna give it a shot. But I think this would be a nice addition to anybody's collection for a chance at a $16 chance. So it comes with a blue NWA belt bag, and I'm also going to include the factory strap. And the reason I'm including that is because it's got the patch on the back. So, and this actually the strap isn't too bad, but just a keepsake. I always send those back with the belts when I re-leather them, even if they're in bad shape, just because of the patch on the back. I've had people ask me if I put the patch on the back of the real leather one. I've never done that before. I just don't think it would look good. But CJ's in.
Nice.
Yes, I know, Ashley. I think I might just do a giveaway for that. I've been meaning to do that, but it's been busy. There we go.
And I have
Honey
a
butt
good
dog
idea.
wanting it out.
I got an idea for a T-shirt for him too, Rylan.
Okay, all right. I know somebody can fix him up.
I do
I
too.
think it would be cool.
Yeah. Scott Aarons doesn't own a network logo, just the scratch logo, big W. Oh, okay, the original. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's the one the Orange County Choppers designed.
Yeah.
I actually like the network logo better than that one. I'm not crazy about that design, but I like the network logo better than that. Okay, cool. Okay. So, we got 15 minutes, and we could talk about Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania in the next hour, but I want to touch on a couple of things that have happened in the last couple of weeks, and I mentioned this last week on my show. Of course, you guys know I do leather. I have a Facebook leather page. I'm not into that. We have our guys, you have your guys. I think there's enough room for everybody in the hobby. But I had a guy hit me up. I think it was either December or January. Want me to re-leather some belt for him. I can't remember what it was. So yeah, sure, but I'm busy. I'm booked up till February. He said, okay, I'll send you the belt in February. I said, okay. So February rolls around. Now I had a little bit of room for another belt, so I messaged him and said, hey, if you want to send that belt, I'll do it for you. He said, I decided not to do that one. I want to do this other one. He wanted the belt laced. I think it was a crumb ride. So yeah, okay. And so I priced it to him. Said, okay, cool. And so he sent me tracking information. I think it was UPS sent me the UPS tracking number on a Thursday or Friday. I think it's Friday. He said, I will send the belt out on Monday. I know this for a fact because it was President's Day holiday. So I thought it was kind of weird he'd send it on Monday. I didn't think he'd send it on Monday because they usually don't work on the holidays. But he sent me the tracking number. So that Saturday, I went to Oklahoma City. It's a 2-hour trip. I had to get leather anyway. But I picked up 2 rolls of lace because this is going to be a big job. And I think it cost me $12-13. Lace isn't really expensive, but the biggest cost is the time involved in doing the lacing. And so I came home and anticipated him sending me a message saying he shipped the belt. I already had tracking him, which I haven't done anything with, by the way. I didn't even look at it. And he sent me a message instead saying, I've changed my mind. Take me off your list. Okay. So I took him off my list permanently. So I'm not going to be reloaded for this guy. I won't name the guy. I don't want to call him out. It's just a bush league thing to do, in my opinion. Yeah, delete. So I tell you that story. Tell you this one. I think it was earlier this week. A post was out there, and I think Vinny put it out there. And again, I'm not going to name any names, but some guy had posted he was selling. I think it was a winged eagle, and somebody hit him up. So I'll take it. He said, "Okay." So I don't think the guy had paid for it yet, but the guy selling the belt bought a box, bought the mailing label, everything. I don't know what the mailing label costs, but they typically cost $20 if you get the right box. It costs about $20 to ship the belt. But he sent him the tracking information, said, I'm ready for payment. And the guy said, never mind, I'm going to back out. And according to Vinny's post, Vinny called him out. Well, he put the screenshot of the post up, and the guy said it was I'm not going to quote here because I can't remember exactly, but I'm going to paraphrase. It was a Good Samaritan who runs a scammer group in the hobby, and the allegation is that this person was trying to see if the guy selling the belt was scamming. So what he did, from what I understand, the long story short, is he was trying to test him, see if he was scamming him. So he said, I'll buy the belt, let the guy go put out money for postage and the box and the materials to send it, and backed out. And so this was the name that was thrown out there. And I'm not going to say he did it because I don't know enough about the story. I saw the post. But I'm going to say that whoever did it, whoever you are, it was a douchebag thing to do. A douchebag thing to do. It's not that difficult. Whether it comes to asking someone to do leather for you or to sell a belt to you, when you commit to buying something, either a service or a product, and somebody goes to the trouble and the expense of getting it ready for either the work or the shipping of the item, it's not that hard to just keep your end of the deal. Because if you're trying to prove somebody's a scammer and you pull that kind of stunt on them, that's a scam in itself. That guy's out money now.
Yep.
Yeah. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. And I say I'm not going to mention that name because he and I have agreed to call a truce. But if this is something new he's pulling, it's wrong. Plain and simple, it's wrong. Just, it's a douchebag thing to do because somebody's out $20. I'm out $12 on lace. This guy's at least $20 for shipping. If you're not going to buy the belt, don't even offer to buy it. He put out a video, I think yesterday, talking about something about makers. I watched it. I thought it was a good video, but if he's the one that did this, it's wrong. Plain and simply wrong. Not going to trash the guy, but it was wrong. You can't do something like that and expect to have respect in the hobby. So, oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was pretty funny. But the moral of the story is, if you make a deal to either buy or sell a product or a service, keep your end of the bargain. If you have no intention of following through, don't even start. Don't even start because somebody could be out money. Exactly. That's another thing. A lot of tire kickers out there asking a lot of questions, asking for photos, pictures of you holding the belt with your tongue sticking out, or a picture of you with holding the belt or a note on the belt or whatever. don't ask for those if you don't intend to follow through. I mean, if the advertisement describes what the belt is, if you want to see pictures, that's fine. But don't put somebody through a bunch of hoops and decide you don't want it, because you already know what it is. You're just asking for the pictures to prove it's theirs.
Can you send me a picture
Am I
of
wrong?
the snap box?
Yeah, exactly. We lost Ben. Ben would be ideal for this part of it. But follow through. That's the main thing. Just follow through. I don't care who you are. And we talked about this, I think, a couple weeks ago. If you sell something to somebody, send them tracking.
Yes.
If you
Pretty
can't
simple.
do it, as you're leaving the post office, do it as soon as you get home.
Yep.
I mean, in this day and age of scams, a lot of people are scamming people.
You can
People
take a
count on
picture
that
of the
stuff.
label with the tracking number and send it right to that person.
Yep.
With your phone.
Before I was using Pirate Ship, I go to the post office, buy the label, and I would come out with a receipt, sit in my truck, and take a picture of the receipt with the tracking number sent to the customer.
Pretty
before I even left
simple.
the
Just
post
real
office.
simple.
But now that I use Pirate Ship, which actually saves me a couple of bucks on shipping, I can send
That's
them
what
the
I use
tracking
too.
number and a PDF of the label to confirm the address is correct. And I send it to them as soon as I make the label. It may be that night, but I'll drop it off the next morning. But they already have the tracking number before I even ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I once the post office has their hands on it, and I get my receipt. I send that picture of that receipt to the person, and I also track it myself.
Yeah, Brian, and well, I can see your deal. Yours is very expensive. I mean, you have to pay for the wood and not to mention the work you're out. You know, your time. That's time consuming doing the stuff you do. The leather work is time consuming. I'm sure restoning is very time consuming. Oh, let me back up. I'm sorry, I didn't do this. This child size belt was sold to me by Dennis Hayburn. He's a new guy in the Wide World of Belts group. I added him when he sold me the. And this is a good example of this is a perfect transaction. When I asked him questions about this belt, he sent me pictures of the belt. He coined the picture. He put his name, what the belt was, and the price on above the belt on the picture. And I asked him, I said, "Do you take PayPal goods and services?" "Yes, I do." "Okay, fine." So I sent him goods and services because I'm not out anything. If he scammed me, I get that money back.
Mm-hmm. You got your coverage.
But the guy followed through. So I want to give a shout out to Dennis Hayburn. He's also got an autographed mini belt, which is Intercontinental, that's autographed by Bret Hart. He's selling. I don't know how many he wants for it. He's going to post it in the sales post tomorrow. So you might give that a look. But I want to give a shout out to Dennis Hayburn. I'll put a post out there too with this picture tomorrow or tonight. Give him a shout out on that. But the perfect transaction. This is a textbook picture of what a transaction should be. I asked a couple of questions, had him send me a couple of pictures of it, sent him goods and services. He shipped the belt. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. It got delivered a day early today. So,
Yeah. I got to give a shout out to Corey Michael also.
Yeah.
Corey was the guy I bought my Undisputed from too.
And by the way, Dennis, you're going to make a 9-year-old boy very, very happy. He's going to be thrilled to death with this. So I want to thank you for this. This thing is I mean, it's not flawless, but I don't see a lot of scratches on it. Just regular wear and tear. But it's going to a 9-year-old boy who's not going to sit there and scrutinize it. But,
Yeah, you got to do a video of him when you give it to him, Mark.
Yeah, I'm going to put it back in the box. Yeah, I'm going to put it back in the box and let him
See his
it.
reaction.
Yeah. It won't be till Saturday. I won't see him till Saturday. So
Okay.
Sorry about that. Had a situation.
Oh, okay.
I want to see his
You missed
eyes
out
light up.
You missed out on our conversation we were having about the guy that offered to buy a belt and then backed out the last minute after the other guy bought the postage and everything like that. You want to weigh on that before we move on?
Yeah, because we had already talked about that. We were going to talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
And the whole situation that that was not cool. We don't need people doing that in any hobby,
No.
in any transaction, especially in the belt hobby, because there's a lot of tire kickers. There's a lot of
too many.
Too many. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. there's too many tire kickers, and when other people see people doing that type of stuff, that enables them and encourages them to do the wrong thing.
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you right now, as an admin of Championship Belt Brothers, if somebody comes to me and tells me that somebody else is doing that to them, and they're a member of Championship Belt Brothers, they will leave the group. I will
I've done it.
guarantee you.
I've done that too.
That's not fair to who's selling the product, whether it be a figure or autograph, uh, Mickey Knuckles underwear, wherever it comes from. It's not gonna fly with me. Um, that's not cool, and we don't need to do that, and we don't need to have to start wondering if somebody's gonna buy a belt or not.
I
Thank you,
want to
Nick.
wish
Thank you.
I want to
Same
wish
to you.
Nick Carvalho's wife a happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah,
Leap
happy
year, baby.
birthday to the wifey.
That means you should
Yeah.
go. That means you should go to jail because that means she's only 10 years old.
Yeah.
Happy
Happy birthday to Nick's
I'm,
much
I'm going.
better
I'm
half.
gonna. I'm a remote. I'm gonna report you to the scammers group.
Yeah.
Got to do what you got to do, Ben.
But yeah, seriously. Don't do that, guys. That's not right. That's not fair.
Awesome.
They don't have time. That we all don't have time in our lives to be putting up with that BS, man. It's not. It's not. And even in Mark's situation, I've cut people off from buying belts from me. I have their names on the list in my
Yeah.
book.
That guy
When
may
you
get
do
a
that to
leather, but
me,
it won't be from me.
somebody did it to me with an AWA belt. He kept coming after me month after month, acting like he wanted to buy the belt. Well, that person now, if I sell a belt, if he don't pay me, straight out up there, I'm not sending him a million pictures. If you don't, yeah, see, I'm gonna report you. I'm gonna report your ass.
Nick, let me take this opportunity real quick. Tell Nick this. You married above your pay grade, by the way.
Hey, I just want to tell everybody I got my C4 today.
Very lucky man.
It came in the mail.
Oh, okay.
I got it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'll jump off my soapbox with that.
It's okay.
That's what I felt. I know we discussed it in our chat and everything, but and I know Nick sells belts. He's experienced it. I know he has. There's been conversations. I think he just had one. If you're not serious about a belt, don't pull people through the motions of going through all that, and then you snatch the rug away from the deal, just like with Mark, because you'll get on the list, and I hate to say this, but a lot of us admins talk amongst each other. Yeah.
Hello, Ace.
Word to get
Ace
around about you.
Ace Washington.
Hey, Ace.
Yeah, that guy told me take him off my list. I did permanently. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't told him yet. I'm not going to until he hits me up again. I'm gonna say, no, you're done.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
be
the card
be
game is
professional
on
and
fire,
grown
man.
about it. Oh, great. Now I got Makers messaging me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The moral of the story, the bottom line is, when you make a deal, stick to it. Don't back out.
Right.
I was going to buy leather anyway. I was probably going to buy maybe another roll of lace, but he sent me the tracking info. I assumed he was going to ship the belt. I mean, if you already have a tracking number, why would you not send it?
Right.
So I don't know.
That made
So I'm out.
absolutely no sense.
No, absolutely none. But that guy will not be getting a leather job from me ever because I don't play that game. So
Right. No. He has other options, but
Yep.
he missed the opportunity to work with you, and that's sad because you do excellent work. There's other leather guys, they do excellent work, but You know, he just lost one on his list.
Yeah. I would not have bought the extra roll of lace had I known he was going to back out. I mean, I took his word for it. And I wouldn't have done it. I would have ordered it online and paid the extra shipping, whatever, if he'd sent it to me afterward. But he sent me the tracking number. Well, it's coming, so. We're in hour number 2, so I want to remind everybody, if you're just joining us, that this show is sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Belt Leathering, by Unique Championship Belts, and by Ashley Southern Designs. That is my daughter. She does custom shirts. She's done several shirts for me, Andy, Richard. Ben's got one, even though he didn't order it. It was given to him.
Hey, do we have a picture? Can we show that picture of Ben in his shirt, smiling?
We do. I do. I gotta scroll up, find it. Scroll down to find it. There it is.
Ben's like,
There
I'm
he
never gonna
is.
live that up.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see what they did to me.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. But seriously, she does really good custom shirts. She does some wrestling related shirts for us, and
She does great work, everybody.
I want to help her. I want to help her out, get her a little business. A couple of our viewers have ordered shirts off of her and are very happy with them. So be sure you check her out. Ashley Southern Designs on Facebook. Also, we're also broadcasting live on YouTube on the Wide World of Belts channel. If you're watching us from there, we appreciate that. But please click like and subscribe, share as well. And if you're watching that is brought to you by the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast. They help us pay for the StreamYard subscription, which makes it more affordable for us. So we appreciate their patronage. And be sure to check them out, by the way. They're on.
Thank you, guys.
On Facebook. Yeah, they do a podcast as well. So, what is this comment? Okay. No, I don't. And I've never had that problem before. I've only had 2 problems with leather. This one, and I had a guy a couple of years ago that sent me a Classic Shields U.S. title, this 10 pounds with the paint on it. Beautiful belt. He sent me the plates. So I was going to start on this belt, and he just kept nitpicking the heck out of me every day. Do this, do that, make it this long. No, make it this long. He kept changing the length on it, and I couldn't work on it because every time he'd say something, I had to stop doing it because I didn't want to cut before I was supposed to, and this and that. So I finally got tired of it. I said, look, let me work. If you want to keep changing things, I can't work under these conditions. I'll just send you your plates back, and we'll just call it good. So then he starts insulting me, telling me I didn't know what I was doing. And he was going, and I can't remember exactly what was said, but he basically threatened my business. He said, I'm gonna make sure that you everybody knows you don't know what you're doing. And he's going to say I was terrible. So I did end around. I said, hey, you can sit there and threaten me all you want to, but I know some people in the hobby that can counter that. And it just so happened, this was when BAM was in their prime, and they agreed to let me come on the show and tell my side of the story so I could cut him off at the pass. And I got a message from the guy the next day saying, okay, you made your point. Oh, I know what it was. He said, if you scratch my plates, I will sue you.
Okay.
I wasn't going to scratch his plates.
Well, he couldn't have said that to me because I'd have went and took him and threw him and slid him across the concrete.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have done that.
And that was 2 or 3 years ago. I had, other than that, I've had no issues. Everybody so far has been gracious enough to give me kind words about my work. I think there's flaws in my work because that's just, you're your own worst critic. So,
What you should do? You should go buy some fart spray. So when you get somebody like that, you have to send his plates back, spray it in the box before you ship it back.
Or put cat litter in there. That's happened.
That's happened before.
Yes, it's happened before. I don't recommend that.
No.
Thank you, Gianni. May I say you're the best at what you do too?
Paying attention.
Yeah. No. Joining video chats.
Oh no.
Yeah, here we go. So any of you guys watch it? Huh? Oh, okay. Buyer side where seller has backed out on sale. It's happening. Yeah, that's happened.
Oh no, Richard.
Because seller will find a better offer somewhere. That's a douchebag move to do as well. Don't do that. If you agree to a price, then stick with it.
Stick with it, right?
If you think you
Quit
get more for it, ask
lowballing
for it.
people. Quit
Yeah.
Yeah,
lowballing.
quit the tire kicking, people.
Yeah, the low balling's been really bad here lately.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's just,
quit the lowballing.
Yeah.
I'm
and you
thinking
know who
about
you are, the low ballers.
right. I'm talking to your ass.
There's
Right.
the
Yeah,
gathering
right there.
date.
We're talking to you. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about
Give me-
compiling. I was thinking about compiling a list. Thanks, Johnny. Oh, you already know, Nick. You already know. You already know. You already know. You know more than pretty much most people in the hobby. You already know how that works, man.
If you think you get more for your belt, ask more for it.
Yeah.
Right. That's what
Don't screw somebody
I
over.
started doing.
Somebody else
I
offer
started
more money.
doing. I
Thank you, Nick. I
had.
appreciate that.
I'll tell you a story. I had a belt. It was $350. This person
He works at a tackle shop.
He tackles them.
Oh, he tackles all right.
I was I snapped Johnny up for. Oh my goodness.
Is he gonna take the short bus to get there?
Yeah,
Can he spell B?
yeah.
He sure can't spell chief.
I'm gonna start compiling a list from people, the low ballers.
Really, Johnny?
Maybe you need to be shamed out of it.
He can't spell Virgil either.
There's a scammers list. Maybe a low ball. Time for a low baller list.
Yeah.
Quit lowballing.
Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we
The
need to start
price is
shaming
what it
these people.
is.
The not so much the tire kickers because it is what it is.
Yeah.
I've
Be decent people. Just be a
Right.
decent person.
right, but the
Do the
low
right thing.
ballers, we're gonna start
Oh.
exposing your asses.
Yep.
Keep it up,
Oh God.
and then they're gonna be on defensive. Oh well, it's just no. If I have a belt for $350, and you offer me $200, that's low balling.
Gianni is a jack of all trades and a master of one.
Yeah.
He's a jack, all right.
Yeah.
He's a master of the debater.
Yeah. There you go, Antonio. Yeah. If you hate us, hello. Thanks for
You
watching.
are- Hi.
And subscribe.
Hey.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Oh.
If you're a new
There you go.
viewer, thank you for joining us.
Yes,
we
thank you.
appreciate you. Hit that like.
Johnny, you just Googled the spelling.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
We like to see you here every week.
Hey Siri, how do you spell cheese?
I mean, how stupid does he think I am? I mean,
not you. Not you.
Well, Scott, you know what, man? What it is a lot of us that have sold belts in the past. You know, I've gotten shipments from a maker and sold them, and I tried to give a very fair price, but you got some people that will push it. Oh damn!
How about choked? How about choked? Okay, enough about Gianni.
he'll be on at 10:30.
You'll be on
It'll be on
10:30
10:30.
Eastern.
On February 30th.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't use the 29th this year because then we
Yeah.
get in trouble because it's today.
That's right.
Um,
Oh, I want to bring this up before I forget, and I mentioned this on the pre-show. It was brought to our attention that Facebook is changing something regarding their algorithm, how it handles third-party applications, StreamYard being one of those. And apparently, supposedly in 2 months, probably less than 2 months now, because I think we were told about this, 3 weeks ago, that StreamYard will no longer be allowed on Facebook. So we may have to be on YouTube exclusively. So I don't want to alarm anybody, but you might be prepared to switch over to YouTube, because if Facebook shuts that down, we won't be able to see us. Now, what I could do, although you won't be able to comment on Facebook, I could put the link to the YouTube podcast in the group. But I'm waiting to hear more about it. It's not a good thing for Facebook, because there's a lot of businesses, and I'm talking about high dollar businesses that rely on third party apps to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So for Facebook to do something like this, I don't know if they're going to be cutting themselves in the throat, or shooting themselves in the foot, or whatever. But I just don't think it's a good thing. But just be prepared. As I get more information, I'll let you guys know. I'll pass it along. But there's a possibility we may no longer be able to podcast on Facebook, either in Love Those Wrestling Belts, which is Andy's group, I forgot to mention earlier, or in CBB, Championship Belt Brothers, which is Ben's group. Although we don't do it live there anyway. I think you share the link, don't you, typically?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Because I can only the StreamYard subscription we have now, the certain level we have, it only allows us to simulcast up to 3 platforms. There's 2 on Facebook. It's Wide World of Belts and Love Those Wrestling Belts. Then the YouTube channel. We can't do any more than that, so we're limited. But if they shut it down completely, we'll may have to just go to YouTube exclusively until something comes up later. They're allowing something like that. We might have to find an alternative. But StreamYard really works well for us. But if they take it off Facebook, that's not going.
Was there a falling out between Facebook and StreamYard, or do we know? Or
no, I don't think it's StreamYard specifically. I think it's just third-party apps. It might have been causing some issues on the Facebook side. I don't know. But,
okay.
No, we haven't gone off the rails yet. We're back on. We're back on.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
We hate to
This
watch
ain't
you
no
leave, but
damn
let you go.
This ain't no damn airport. You ain't gotta announce your departure.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's something else. If you're in a belt group or any kind of group, don't announce your departure. Nobody cares.
Gianni is leaving the building.
I usually help.
Appreciate that,
When people have done that in the past in CBB, I'll help you out.
Yeah, there's the door.
Permanently. You
Don't
won't
let the door hit you, or the good Lord split you.
You won't see
I did it
CBB anymore.
I did that to a guy that was announcing that he was going to leave, and I said, "Okay, I'll help you out." Then he messaged me and said, "What'd you kick me out for?" So you were leaving anyway.
You were leaving anyway.
He was asking for people to feel sorry for him. I said, "Well, I was just trying to help you find the door. You could apparently you couldn't find it."
I just felt like shooting a rocket, putting a rocket up you, and lighting it, and sending you on your way.
Thanks for the warning.
Hey, he's back.
All right.
Welcome back, Mark Liberty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? Yeah. He's back in the groups. I've seen him posting, but he's not in my group. He was hoping to get a reaction is what he was hoping to get. He was hoping people, oh, we hate to see you go. And I hated to kick him out because he was a pretty big contributor to the group. But that was not necessary. I can't remember what it was he did. He did something that violated the rule. No, he didn't violate the rules. I said, hey, I took this down. I just wanted to let you know it's a courtesy thing. I said, I didn't even tell him that he was going to be kicked out. I said, you posted this, but I didn't think it was appropriate for whatever it was he's posting. And he said, well, if you want to kick me out, go. I said, I'm not kicking you out. I just wanted to let you know I took your post down. This is why. Well, if you're going to kick me out, I said, I'm not going to kick you out. So he goes to put that post out there saying, well, I'm going to leave the group because apparently I'm going to be kicked out. So I thought, well, okay, out you go. So
send you on your way.
Dude.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Aw, that's special. Yeah, we know.
Unfortunately.
You're like herpes.
Of course.
Yeah, it did. But if you're gonna be dumb, I'm gonna treat you that way. I'm sorry.
I'm right.
He escalated the situation. I was de-escalating. So, well, Chris, you're not gonna be booted. So don't.
I try. I'm glad I can entertain you, man. I got some purpose on this earth.
Yep.
That and Grandpa. I gotta be Grandpa.
Thank you, Johnny.
Oh, that's something else I want to mention, and this had nothing to do with that, but it reminded me of this for some reason. Over in Big Boys Belts, EJ Kelly is selling some belts, and apparently he's fallen on some hard times or some difficult times. I think he's got some bills he's got to pay, and he's asking some pretty reasonable prices for some belts he's selling. He's got 3 belts. He's got a Crumb Rhine, a Winged Eagle, and a Hogan 86. One of those I re-leathered. I think the Hogan 86 I re-leathered. And he's made pretty good deals on them today only. So if you want to help him out, be sure you hit him up over at the Big Boys Belts, EJ Kelly. He's got some beautiful belts. In fact, I'd like to have the Crumb Rhine he's selling, but I don't have the money. So
beautiful belts. Beautiful belts.
I wonder where you were.
Yeah, we couldn't smell the goat's milk.
No, no. There's a lot of podcasts out there, and I try to tune into every one of them. I don't get to watch them very long, but I watch probably more of the Goat Milk Diaries than anything. So, they have some pretty good content on there, and
Yeah.
I like Bells and Belts too. I started to watch Bells and Belts last night. They had a lady wrestler they were interviewing, so they're on Wednesday nights. Be sure you check them out. Joey Gray, he does a really good job.
Yeah.
And I also watch championship
You know what I mean?
championship culture with Brandon Guy and Wrestling Realm. They're usually on
Okay.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Okay. Here's a testimony from Nick on EJ's belts. He's got an Arosha crumb rind, which is beautiful, by the way. I think it's got cubic zirconias in it. It's on American leather.
Hey Nick, just buy it for her, and then she can re-gift it to you.
Just
And
tell
something
her
else, I
I
wanna-
ordered a Gucci belt, but this game.
I also want to take this opportunity right now because he mentioned me yesterday or the day before yesterday. EJ Kelly, some of you may know or may not know, he and I had parted ways over a misunderstanding, and there were some kind of hard words back and forth. I'm ashamed of my part of it because that's just not how I usually behave. But certain things were said about me that kind of angered me. But he was live either yesterday or was it yesterday or the day before yesterday. He was live. I can't remember.
I think it was.
And
Yesterday.
he saw me watching because I was watching his live, and he mentioned my name and he apologized for his part of it. And I just want to take this opportunity, if somebody sees him or show him this part of the video, to let him know I do acknowledge that. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And my inbox is open. I'll just leave it at that. So it was yesterday. Okay, thank you, Ricky. Appreciate it.
I mean, it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, something else I want to mention about him. Somebody was commenting on that Hogan he owns. Yeah, he does. Yeah, yeah, he does. He said Marky, and I thought he can't be talking to me. He don't like me, and then he called me by my last name, and I thought, oh, he is talking to me. Okay. But the Hogan 86, somebody was calling him out saying, how do we know that's really an Omi belt? Because he's been advertising an Omi belt. And he said, well, because it was on my leather. I related that belt for him. And I was going to try to help him out by saying, hey, I had the original strap. He sent with the original strap on there. I can testify. But that Omi belt did not have the stamp on it. And it's kind of a convoluted story, but supposedly Hulk Hogan gets his belts from Omi for his beat shop. This one, and they put Omi's stamp on it, but this one was intercepted before it could get to Hogan's beat shop. Somebody else bought it, didn't have the stamp on it, but it does have the belt tip that if you take it apart, it has Omi's stamp on there. And somebody said, well, so you put the Omi tip on a belt. Well, okay, fine. You can say that, but EJ has been showing that belt off for 6 to 12 months, advertising his Omi. He wasn't talking about selling the belt. Why would he claim it as an Omi if it's for his own collection?
Right.
So use your own head there.
Mhm.
So anyway,
Yep.
yeah, it's Mark Leather, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, he refers to as Marky Magger Leather. Yeah. Whatever floats his boat. That's fine. I'm not. But anyway, I just wanted to make a public announcement. He did apologize. I do appreciate that. I acknowledge that, and thank you very much for that. And again, my inbox is open if you want to reach out. There's no testimony. Nick can testify the fact that it is Norm. And it's a beautiful belt, by the way. Beautiful belt. Absolutely beautiful. I almost didn't send it back to him. But he's going through some stuff right now and has to come up with some money pretty quick. So if you can help him out, I mean, he's asking $500 for each of those belts, and that's a bargain. That is an absolute bargain. The leather alone for the Orm belt cost him $350 or $300, and those plates are well worth $200. So that Arosha crumb rind he's got is just impeccable, and that leather job is great. It's not my leather, but I think Ace Hernandez did that one. And I think Ryan Stokes did the leather for the Winged Eagle. So if you want to get a good deal on a belt, right now is the time. Act now, hit him up, because I think those prices are really good for today only, and help him out. help him
Yeah.
out because he needs the money. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Let's
there you
help each other.
go.
Let's build each other up. Let's not
Yeah,
tear each other
yeah,
down.
absolutely,
Let's go forward. Let's see some positivity in
absolutely.
the hobby more. You know.
Yeah, that's what the hobby's about. I mean, I've seen a lot of positive stuff in the hobby lately. I'd like to think that our podcast has played a part in that because I gave a couple belts to Lane, Ben gave a belt to Chris Rains. That wasn't to make us look good; it's just to help people get a start in the hobby. Uh, yeah, it is very, very nice. Yeah, it may not be their newest, but it's a very nice, but beautiful belt.
Very nice.
Yeah, but yeah, there's no reason why we can't get along in the hobby. I mean, there's room for everybody in the hobby, whether you're into the high end belts, which there's a group for that. Um, there's the middle of the road. There's some guys that have both. They have low end belts and high end belts. It's just kind of whatever you like. And some makers are better at certain belts than other makers.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Hey, all belts matter. That's the way I see it.
You should never be ashamed or deterred from asking around,
right,
asking around, asking for references,
yeah,
asking for recommendations.
hmm
Um, asking for opinions to a certain extent because I say that because sometimes some people get out of hand on offering their opinions.
Just make sure
inventory,
you have
Um,
Mark.
that list for us,
Inventory.
Mark.
Yeah, inventory. Yes, inventory.
Inventory.
This is supposed to be a hobby. Hobbies are supposed to be enjoyed. There's no reason why
Yeah.
people should be beefing with each other, taking shots at each other, scamming each other. It takes away from the hobby. So
takes away from it. Yeah.
thank you, CJ. Appreciate that. And
Thanks,
CJ,
CJ.
I haven't started the Hodag A6 yet.
Thank
I'm
you,
still
CJ.
trying to. I will get to it. I promise.
The example,
I,
me and
I bought.
CJ and I had a misunderstanding. Water under the bridge, man.
I
We,
can't believe you called him that name, by the way. But
I did. I did.
yeah, yeah. But life happens. Life happens. I mean,
Right.
I found out we had to pay federal income tax this year for the first time in several years, and that's a bunch of money we weren't expecting. So I may have to sell built two of mine. I hope not. We'll see.
Mm,
Send me some leather jobs, by the way, guys. I need the money too. But yeah, hobbies are to be shared. Whether you want to show off your collections to people or you want to help somebody out, get them started in a hobby. That's what it's supposed to be about. Hobbies aren't for drama, although drama finds its way in sometimes. It just creeps its way in because we have a lot of opportunists in the hobby, and they're not part of the hobby. They're thieves. Plain and simple, they're thieves. There's that disclaimer.
yeah, that's right. I might have to make you a T-shirt with that. No,
Yeah.
it's not for sale. I'm glad you like it. And as I said in the past, it went to the right person. It belong. It. You were that person that I seeked out, and I wanted to have that belt, knowing that you didn't have any belts. But even if you don't have any belts, you're still part of the belt hobby. You're a belt nerd. You're a belt mark.
Exactly.
You just like the rest of us, and you share your love and your affection for it. And I'm glad that
Yep.
we were able to get it to you.
Yeah, and what's beautiful about this thing isn't that he was given the belt. It's the belt. I got to put this in. I'm sorry.
'Cause
Gotta do
I've
this
given
last
belts.
week. Oops.
I've given belts away and turned around and saw them go up for sale immediately. Like, wow. Okay.
Just so you know,
it's one
Chris,
of those
Patton's messing
things.
with you. He's just messing with you.
Yeah. You know.
He did that last week too. But nothing makes you feel any better to see somebody open up their first belt for the first time, especially if they don't know that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
My first replica, I held it and just stared at it and stared at it and stared at it and was like, man, it's unbelievable with that we're getting stuff like that, and it's sitting right here, right next to me, right now.
not really Roman Reigns fans, but I'll join in one day.
Speaking of
Put your
that,
finger
Nick,
up,
my
Nick.
birthday's next week. I'm looking for the Bloodline figures. If you want to hook a brother up. Just saying.
No, Gianni, I didn't do that. I didn't go that deep.
Brian Allen, he never disappoints. Yeah, they don't have room on the back for it, so don't even bother asking.
Right.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah,
He does
and-
a comedian's a hobby.
And that's plenty. There's plenty. There's enough to go around, man. But it's great to have that pool of makers, that pool of leather guys, that pool of restone guys. The Daniel Tony that does the belt hangers. That's made its way
Those are
into the
great.
hobby.
Yeah.
You know, that is stuff that's the type of stuff 5, 10, 15 years ago we didn't have the options of. We have them now today, and it's great that we're able to seek that out. You know,
Yeah.
there's Brian Allen BA makes the cases
Display cases.
and then just display cases for the belts. Just stuff like that, man.
Oh, you're on the wrong side again, Ben. There you go.
Verdi, don't you got some bacon to go ration out?
Bring home the bacon.
Oh, is he doing the 20% sale?
One piece
Yeah.
of bacon.
I'm
One
gonna tell
piece
you,
of
man.
bacon.
Bitch.
That he did this for my Thundercat sword. I didn't put it up because I'm gonna be in the process of moving here in the next week or two.
They do a
But
good job with
So
those
when are
belt
you going to
hangers.
order
Really
that
do.
belt,
Yeah.
Ben?
what belt?
The Thundercat belt I showed you.
I want to
That
go a
was good.
different design, but that was a beautiful belt. That was awesome. I want to do a Thundercat and a Voltron one, but the Voltron one, I have different ideas in my head on how I want to go about designing that one.
Wow.
I want to make it lion based, but
Ooh.
it's going to
Not
be kind
Rafiki,
of
not Rafiki based.
no.
Not Rafiki base.
No, there's actually two makers right now. Speaking of that, there's two makers that's making that made that belt, and they're getting closer. They're getting closer. I'm not gonna plug those makers because I'm not gonna advertise those guys on this show. But those two, I've seen pictures. They've sent me pictures.
When they nail it, I'll let you announce it on here.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's fair enough.
Yeah, I gotta do it. Wait.
I think I showed you guys that video.
They're this close.
Yeah.
This one that I got a video of, very close. He's within the ballpark. And it is cast. He casted it. It's not acid etch. It's not CNC. It's a cast belt. So you may start seeing pictures of it. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, hit me up.
I'm not touching that one. Just be sure you leave it on the table when you leave.
I wouldn't touch it.
Oh, we got our crack staff has come up with hidden video of Ben when he first saw the Rafiki belt come out.
He's ready to kill somebody. He's gonna kill somebody.
I'll have to send you the other videos
And,
because, like I said, I did 5 takes.
and then he sent it to Andy, and Andy did this.
Hello, it's Scott.
That's the wrong
I did
one.
that.
Yeah,
I did
wrong
Scott.
one. Well, it had your picture on the other things. So. Not bad. I'll play the thing. Why
Hey,
not?
what you do off
Hello.
here is your business.
It's Scott Ahrens. It's Thursday. Don't forget to tune in to Spanning the Globe.
I don't know what was going through my
Be sure
head
to
with
like
that.
and subscribe.
The thumbnail has Andy's picture doing this. I thought it was that video. I didn't realize it was the thing. So I have to put that one in here too.
Oh, that's a classic.
Ben's video made that whole thing. It did. So
I don't know what I was going through when I did that. So,
I mentioned earlier. I'm glad you brought this up, Chris. I got started on the strap for the 10 pounds of globe, 10 pounds of globe, 10 pounds of gold,
10 pounds of globe.
the dome globe. Yeah, from Classic Shields I received. The strap. Actually, the plates are on the strap. I do have to touch up the paint on the grommets because they were kind of messed up too when I got them because the paint hadn't dried. Which that's just a touch up job, no big deal. I have to grind off the back of the bolts, and I'm gonna try to put backing on this week and start lacing. So I'm hoping in a couple of weeks I can actually finally debut the Classic Shields 10 pounds of gold. So we'll be looking forward to that pretty soon. I've had other belt projects come up. I just had to put it on the back burner because that belt's not making me money. So, aha, you're a lawyer, yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh wow.
Be careful about that exposure; it could get you arrested.
yes.
That's what she said.
Behave.
I've heard that before.
Let me see it again. Oh, great stuff! Great stuff. You never disappoint. So we're in the last half hour. Let's talk about Elimination Chamber. I didn't watch it, but I saw a few highlights. What'd you guys think?
I have to give props to the women's elimination chamber match.
Women's
Tiffany
was definitely
Stratton.
better than the men's. It was better than the men's.
Really?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tiffany Stratton was unbelievable.
Yes.
That girl's going to go far real quick.
Yep.
You think she'll take the title from
Did you
Rhea?
Possibly. Or if somebody
never
gets it
know.
from Rhea. Did you notice, Andy, when she jumped off the top of the elimination chamber, and she almost fell on the back of her head? They caught her just in time.
Hmm.
I was like, oh my god. And then shout out to Raquel
Well,
Gonzalez.
We'll have to get to that too.
You know, coming out the way she did. She came out with no makeup on. You know,
Mommy is hot.
the thing that
She
she's
she
going
had an
through
out.
with her
She, yeah.
with her
She had an
skin.
outbreak.
Yeah, I give her props. You know.
Yeah, she had an outbreak.
Platinum just digging, man.
You know what I think with Raquel? I think it's a good thing that little girls that are wrestling fans see her like that. You know what I mean? They don't always have to have makeup on to make them a good wrestler, and
Right.
it's about
Right.
how they are in the ring and being a hero to somebody. But yeah, the Elimination Chamber women's match took it. The men's was good too, but not as good as the women's. What did you think of Rhea Ripley and was it Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax, right?
She handled Nia. She did her job. She did it. I like her. I love Rhea as champion. I really do. I really don't want to see Becky take the belt from her.
No.
You know, Becky is not what Becky was 3 or 4 years ago. I'm sorry. She's just not.
Do you guys think it's time for a women's mid-card title?
Yes, it's overdue.
Yeah.
I think it's overdue.
Yeah, because their
like
roster is stacked. Their roster is stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They need to open it up.
The camera guy was on point that night. Let's just say that, Antonio.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Yep.
I think
mean-
Rhea carries everybody carries Nia through the matches.
Which is hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about it.
Yeah. But she's not a
Just gotta remember.
wrestler. She relies on her size. You know, she does those moves that are catered to her size.
She's a
Just like
bulldozer.
Bring up.
She's
Yeah.
a
it's just-
bulldozer.
Round and jump on them.
Yeah, she's a bulldozer. so.
Remember, Andre was that big too. Andre was big, but he still pulled over the guys. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
She's just reckless
Yeah.
sometimes.
I mean, look at Big Show, man. That guy, in his prime, he started to be that big guy that we all thought we would never
I
see.
agree, Rick.
Mhm.
I agree, Rick. Ben, you might know this. Out of the Undertaker and Big Show, who was the one that they said that they always let the guy down easily? You know, softly instead of it looked real, but it was real soft. Was it Big
You
Show
know-
or was it Undertaker?
Big Show's choke slams, he protected people because if you look at when he would choke slam them, he would hold them with both hands.
Yeah.
And he would come down with both hands. So those
Yeah.
guys, he would take his hand right before. If you ever watch his choke slams, they wasn't, he didn't just, yoke him up and toss him like Kane. But this guy's, over 7 foot tall and 400 plus pounds, so he had the strength.
Remember, Gianni, she's bite size. She's fun size.
Hulk Hogan only had 3-4 moves.
Mhm.
Well, in WWE, yeah, but over in Japan,
in
he had a lot
WWE,
more.
but over in Japan, he was a heck of a lot
Japan,
better over in Japan.
Over in Japan, Ichiban Hogan,
Yeah.
it's a whole different Hogan.
Whole different ball game.
Whole different Hogan.
Yep.
All of those guys. Andre was different.
Mhm.
From Japan to the United States, Andre was different.
Right? Next
I
set
mean,
right
they're the
there.
biggest wrestling family of all time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're still pumping them out. We're gonna see the bloodline for the next 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
Right
Oh,
here.
and that's one thing I wanted to bring up too, guys. They're talking about Tonga being part of the bloodline.
I
Mhm.
saw that. I just read that. I don't think they should, but I just read that. I think they need to bring in Zilla though.
Yeah, Zilla.
That dude looks like a problem.
The guy's arms, the biggest
Right.
arms I've seen in a lifetime.
That
I mean,
guy looks
huge.
like a problem.
Yes, he
Umaga's
does.
kid. Yeah, man. Him and Solo might carry that company in the next few years.
No doubt.
Probably gonna be
that's
those
a good
two.
question for you, Ben. How do you see them bringing him out if they brought him in?
Put him in the bloodline.
see them-
Extend the bloodline. Extend
Do
it.
you see them bringing him out like his father?
Nah, they
Like
don't
his
need
father
to.
was?
They don't need to, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Solo is the closest to Umaga than any of them have been.
I agree.
Could you?
And not
could
and
you
not even
imagine-
just because he used that same finisher. He has the look. He looks more like he was Umaga's son than
Mhm.
any of them.
He
He's got the
does.
same
Could you-
body style, but
So,
Could you
so
imagine
his
him
move
as
set, his move set is very similar to Umaga's.
the New Age
Oh.
head shrinkers?
You could.
Him and
The
Solo,
new-
they would be an unstoppable
the
tag
new
team.
Wild Samoans. The new Wild Samoans.
Yep.
You can do that. Yeah, Zilla looks like Zilla and Solo. I think they're gonna carry. They're gonna carry. Because it's gonna come a time that Roman is gonna have to step away, and then there'll be the Usos. They're gonna probably be around for a little bit longer.
Mhm.
Do you
But
see
that
Jacob
family goes
coming
on
in?
and on and on.
And Jay's
Jacob
not going to
coming
stay a
into the
face
mix
forever.
also? No, he's gonna.
No,
turn
and then
eventually.
and then now Jake. They talking about Jacob. We forgot about him. He's another
Yeah,
one.
Jacob.
Yep.
He's
Mhm.
directly he's like Umaga. I take that back. Solo is not exactly like Umaga, but Jacob is.
Hmm.
Jacob can move, and remember, Fatu or Rikishi, as most of us know, was that he wrestled in that style too. He was the fast one, He was the one that
Yep.
he was the explosive one.
The three of them
Samu was
together.
the strength.
Ooh.
You're right. I mean, the bloodline could extend for the next 5 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm. And if
It
Tonga
could.
brings in his brother, and his brother comes in with him, it's just
But
so
to
many
see,
possibilities.
they're Tongans. They're not Samoans. I mean, a lot of people would see that they're the same, but the culture is slightly different from each other, not too far apart. But it those guys all they're all great performers, man. They're good performers, man, and that family has produced just an endless amount of talent, and it's good to see that. They're gonna go down as the biggest
Yep.
wrestling family in history, and I mean it's not debatable. I didn't say the greatest, but the
That would
biggest.
be good.
Um, so yeah, man, it's entertaining to see these guys as they work their way and they start to uh come into their own. We starting to see it out of Solo the last year or two. Um,
Yep.
and we got more coming. We got more coming.
Let's
Even
talk about
Rikishi's
the
daughters too.
yeah. Let's talk about Sting's retirement match. I didn't see it. I saw some people comment about it in some posts. Oh, there we go. Did anybody watch it?
Well, it wasn't the retirement match. That was his final appearance on Dynamite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
His final match
so-
is this weekend.
it's
His
on
final
Sunday.
match is Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I saw something. I thought maybe it had already happened, but somebody said that there's some predictable stuff, and like somebody's waiting on to look. This was the last match
Well, they did.
recently.
They did have Ric Flair involved last night, and Rick took a swing, and the guy, responded to it,
that.
but it looked.
I saw.
Oh, that looked
yeah.
bad. That looked terrible. That
Weak
looked terrible.
punches.
That
Yes.
chop looked horrible. That
I
he
did see
tried. Like,
I don't know why they keep pushing it with him.
Yeah.
And then he took a
Who's-
crotch
who's-
shot from one of the Bucks. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, that's one of his signature things.
He
He
started
used to
look
do
bad.
that till years in WCW. They called him the
Yeah.
dirtiest player. They used to call him that. He used to be Ric Flair, but
Mhm.
who's Sting's last opponent going to be?
the young Bucks.
Yeah,
The
the
young
Bucks.
Bucks.
Okay, I heard he's going to take him on by himself.
No, he's
No.
got Darby.
No, they're gonna
Darby's
put
with
the
him
Tag titles.
Oh, Darby. That's
Darby.
right.
Titles.
Okay, that's
because
right.
they're the tag team
That's
champions
right.
in AEW.
Yeah. I want to watch it, but I'm not paying for that.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Sorry.
Did he come
Yeah.
down from the ceiling last night? Because I think I saw somebody say that.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
did.
Okay, that's why I thought it was his final match because somebody made a big deal.
I
about
will
No.
it,
watch
so.
it tomorrow.
His final Dynamite appearance.
Okay, I may watch that. Actually. I miss Surfer Sting. I'm sorry.
He
Surfer
was my
Sting, in opinion,
favorite.
was the best version of him.
Surfer Sting was the best.
I like
He
Yeah.
was.
that one, and I like the Dingo Warriors thing.
Oh, the Blade Runners.
Yep. When he
With
was
the Ultimate
Blade
Warrior.
Runners. Yep.
Oh, Dingo Warrior. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Dingo Warrior. Mhm.
Well, I remember the Ultimate Warrior and Sting when they were the Blade Runners and UWF.
The Blade Runners, yeah.
And
Rock
yeah.
and
Both had the
Sting.
same
The Ultimate
color
Warrior.
hair.
Rock.
No, it was Rock and Blade, wasn't it?
Mm-mm.
Was it?
They were Blade for a little bit, and then he changed the name Sting.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Blade.
They were pretty scary. They wore the goth up, and they were kind of like the
Right.
Road Warriors in goth style.
Didn't
Mhm.
they even wear mouthpieces, black mouthpieces?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was
Oh,
black
I
mouthpieces or
think-
was just black lipstick?
I think it was.
no, they had a
guard.
mouthpiece. They had a mouth guard. Yeah,
Okay. I guess I think you could look at it, but I didn't like the Joker Sting. I just
Yeah. No.
didn't really even like the Crow Sting, to be honest with you. I just like Surfer Sting.
Yeah, me too. Those are my fondest memories of Sting.
Let me tell you, man.
But I tell you why I hated the Crow Sting. One is because they like that theme, but secondly, they built him up. He would come down from the ceiling, attack NWO guys. Day he came down and attacked him and beat the crap out of him. I mean, all that build up and then it's a squash match.
He
Whoops.
I mean, but Sting as a legacy man, he's definitely in the top 10 of all time. Top
he take a
5.
table
That's
shot
true, Brian.
yesterday? He went through a table.
2 minutes late. You're 2 minutes late.
Come on, Gianni.
Get with the program.
Google's your friend.
I always like Sting. I always like Sting.
Me too.
The only problem I have with Sting is he ended Rick Rude's career.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But
I
it wasn't
don't
all
think
his fault. It wasn't
Yeah,
all
but
his
they
fault.
shouldn't have. Right, but they shouldn't have did that spot.
Yeah.
But
the ring shouldn't have been up on a platform like it was.
Right. Well, they were in Japan, so
Oh, okay. Okay.
they do their they used to do their rings on that platform, but that was a very
I didn't realize
bad
I
spot.
didn't realize that happened in Japan. I thought it was
Mhm.
stateside. I was wrong there. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It was
What
in
if he
Japan.
comes out
That happened.
Sunday with half his old makeup and half the new makeup? And
He
then
might
the
do
outfit?
that.
Yeah,
That
it
would be
could.
pretty cool.
Could. Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Steve Borden.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a born again Christian.
Do you remember when
Yep.
he was on Tropic Thunder with Hogan?
Oh yeah, yeah.
The
You
TV
know,
show?
the guy owns a trademark Sting.
Does he?
Yes.
Does the singer Sting know that?
Yes.
Oh, actually,
he
they met each other too.
and met each other years ago
Yep.
when Steve Borden trademarked it and
Huh.
told him, "You're cool. You can use it. You was using it before me. You just wasn't smart enough to trademark it."
Yep.
Yeah, the trademark is owned by Steve Borden.
Well, I was afraid that if the singer Sting kept using it, that wrestler Sting might call the police on him.
Oh,
And then the WWE had their one chance. They
Think about-
finally got Sting and had him in WrestleMania, and they blew it.
Yeah.
blew it.
They blew that. They
All
blew
as a
that.
big FU to WCW.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
They basically shelved all the WCW workers,
Mm-hmm. That's how Vince worked.
Yeah.
Right.
which is why I think this is why they haven't announced the Hall of Fame people yet, because this is the first year Vince hasn't been involved in that.
Which is great.
Yeah, great. So
it's-
maybe more
it's
Demolition-
gonna be a
Demolition can
surprise
finally
to
get
the
in there?
fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many that deserve it.
It could be a
Nikita,
surprise
the
for the
Midnight
fans.
Express, Demolition.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Why not Ivan Koloff?
Yeah, Ivan
Thunder
Koloff,
in
yes.
Paradise, You're right. You're right.
Former WWF champion.
Right.
And he didn't do a darn thing wrong.
He beat
There's no
Bruno.
reason.
He beat Bruno.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
he did.
He beat Bruno.
Could
Like,
we see China herself getting inducted into the Hall of Fame?
That would be nice.
Possibly.
And
Back
DX?
to Ivan Koloff. Could it possibly be why he wasn't in before? Is because he left to go to the NWA?
I think so.
I think that's a lot. I think that's a lot of the reason, probably.
That's a lot
Yeah,
of
Could
it. You're right.
Could be.
That's a lot of
I
it.
do.
He had more success in the NWA, I believe.
I agree, Tony. Anthony.
And Vince would hold vendettas against people doing that for forever. Forever.
Right. Yeah, like we said though, Scott. It was on. They decided to do that spot, but when you watch that, you can see the point when Rick Rude's career ended.
Ivan Putz.
Yeah,
He
I,
le-
I saw it one time. I'd seen it.
it makes you cringe because you can
Yeah.
see Rick Rude's back literally
Yeah.
fold over
Yep.
that edge.
Yeah.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
Right, it's a brutal spot to even watch, and it's amazing that Rick was able to continue that match
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He did.
because you could see in that match. I watched it yesterday. I watched it again yesterday, and you could see that Rick was in some deep pain
Mm-hmm.
finishing that match.
Did he break
That
his
probably
back?
didn't help things.
No,
Did he break his back or his neck?
His back. It was his back.
Hmm.
It basically folded him almost in half backwards because when Sting came down, he jumped over the top, and Rick went to catch him. And you can see that point when Rick hit that edge of that platform. It was not a go look it up. When you guys see the spot, you're like, oh.
Mhm.
I
And
gotta
then you
watch
can see
that.
Rick grab his back immediately.
Yep.
But he
He
still
shouldn't.
finished that match.
It makes me wonder if he had not finished that match, just stopped right there,
Yeah.
could he have had a better chance
Yeah.
of coming back and recovering?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I think so. I think him finishing that match probably did more harm than good.
Right.
All to preserve kayfabe.
Now, do you think he's
Yeah,
gonna be
that was
done
a
altogether
brutal
with
shot.
wrestling?
hmm
Or is
It's
he
a
gonna
brutal.
step?
It's a brutal spot to look at.
Yeah, it is. I saw it one time a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, I
Right.
never saw it. I didn't realize how he got hurt until I saw that.
But then when you look at it, you go, oh, I don't. Rick Rude was a bad dude though. So
We
one of
said
the
that earlier.
Minnesota guys.
Gianni, you can Berghoff all you want to, but
Can we Berg in the Hall of Fame? Berg?
Berg in the Hoff, yeah,
Gianni, what the?
that's supposed to be Virgil in the Hall of Fame, but
Virgin
Berg.
off.
Hey, you never know.
Virgin.
You know, David Hasselhoff and Virgin.
yeah, go Berghoff yourself.
Yeah.
He Berg's
I don't know
awful
if Chris
lot.
Benoit would be a candidate at all. I don't know. I mean, if you go by his achievements in the ring, absolutely. But I just
But
think
he
that
made
what
the
he did to his
ultimate.
family,
Yeah,
what
I
he did to
mean,
his family is just, that's not forgivable.
you can't overlook that. I'm
That
sorry.
guy
You
got
know,
the biggest dark cloud of all time. That cloud is not gonna move.
Nope.
Let's stop
No.
even trying to say he's gonna get in the Hall of Fame. It's not gonna happen. It drew too much negative attention to the wrestling, to pro
World.
wrestling.
Yep.
Period. We can try to say we think Chris Benoit should be in the Hall of Fame. It's not gonna happen. It's not
he
gonna
killed his
happen.
wife and he killed his little boy.
It's not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
We can wonder. It can go 100 years from now, and this guy's on the level of Pete Rose in the Major League Baseball. Pete may go in after he dies, but
After he's dead,
Chris Benoit, no.
no.
I mean, I think,
was he a good wrestler? Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
He was great in the ring.
Oh yeah.
But he made the ultimate.
That
You know,
I think
that
killing his wife sealed his fate, but killing his son was the icing on the cake.
on
yeah,
ice
there's
cream.
no. It's yeah.
You're right, Brian.
Just leave it alone. It's not going to happen. Just let it go.
That guy got Jupiter-sized clouds on over him.
Yeah.
He's not. No, it's not gonna happen. No.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, and you can defend him all you want to by saying he had the brain issue, but
I mean,
Right.
both were terrible. But I mean, they went into how he did to Nancy, and it's just like, oh my god.
In the end, unless they could prove otherwise, that he didn't do it, and it's all pointing towards him.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's ever gonna get in.
I don't think so either.
That's one of the most heinous things you could do. Just
Right.
I
and
think
it's
Charles
sad.
Manson has a better chance of getting the Hall of Fame.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, it's sad to say that, but I agree he should be in the Hall of Fame, and I hate to say that. He's so good in the ring.
I mean,
He was.
2 burgers. I mean,
And I don't want to take away from what
Let's
he
not be
did
hasty,
in the ring
Johnny.
as a performer. I don't want to take away from that at all. That's not my intention or what I think, of my opinion. But what Chris Benoit did is it's just you can't even come back from that.
no. Mhm.
Anyone that tried to say, "Oh, well, he still should be in the Hall of Fame because of what he did in the ring," but that cloud is gonna follow him.
In this case, you can't overlook 2 murders.
No,
You can't. You can't.
a murder of a woman and a child. There's just no. I mean, if he had murdered another man, yeah, I could see it. Depending on circumstances. Depending on circumstances.
Right.
But killing an innocent woman and child, there's no way. No way.
No.
Right. So I mean, it's always going to be a question, and people are always going to make that opinion about Chris Benoit.
Mhm.
But no, he shouldn't be in. He shouldn't.
No way.
No.
Has what's his name? Dean Malenko, has he been inducted into the Hall of Fame yet?
No, not yet. He's
Oh,
got
he should be
Parkinson's,
in
doesn't he?
there.
Yeah, he's got.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been
Severe
going through a
case.
lot of health issues.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. He's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
Was he?
yeah.
Yeah.
Man of
He's a
1,000
second
holds.
generation. He's a second generation wrestler.
Man of 1,000 holds.
His
Rey
father,
Mysterio's in there, right?
his father, groomed the Masked Superstar, Bill Eadie.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He did a lot of them. He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He trained a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah.
That family don't get talked about as much. The
No.
Malenko family.
And they should be. They should be.
They should be
Yeah.
because they did a lot in Japan. A lot in Japan. But
Yeah.
they did a lot on training a lot of the current talent and some of the past talent too.
Yeah.
You know, that family gave its part to the wrestling.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I think you
sure
get in the Hall
did.
of Fame based on your contributions to the industry,
Mm-hmm.
not just because you're a friend of
I
a
think
friend or whatever.
both Dean and his father should both be in there.
Yeah.
So should Jim Johnston, according to Brian Allen.
Yeah. No, he
Yeah,
should.
the music he brought. Yeah.
Come on, man. We've been
Oh, I
singing
thought that was a
along
joke.
and listening to.
No, Jim Johnston
Oh,
did all of the
Johnston.
music. All
Right.
the
Okay,
music.
Okay, all the
He did all
music?
the entrance music that you
Okay.
know and love. That's Jim Johnston.
Okay, yeah,
Now, did
absolutely.
him
I
and
agree.
Vince have a falling out? That's why he doesn't do the music no more.
I believe so. Vince, yeah. I believe, yeah.
Yeah, he might have.
Is there anybody that did have a falling out with Vince? I mean,
He might have seen something.
Oh, and then
Oh,
I heard today. I don't know if you guys heard that Triple H and Stephanie were also brought up in this thing too.
I knew
I
Stephanie.
heard
Stephanie.
I didn't know about
What's
Triple H.
going around?
I heard Stephanie was brought up.
Yeah.
I didn't hear Triple H.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she
Yeah, I
covered
heard
Vince.
they said that
Covered
Triple
Vince.
H's name was.
It
put
wouldn't
into
surprise
it,
me. I
too.
mean, he's part of the family now. So.
yeah.
But TKO, they're going to cover their butts. And I think if they thought that any of them were heavily involved, I think they would have been shown the door, don't you think?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
they're probably
yeah,
still
definitely.
investigating. They're probably still investigating.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to make any hasty judgments. They want to get all the evidence because there could be lawsuits.
hmm
Yep.
All right.
Lawsuits.
All right.
And like
Breach
we've
of
said all
contract?
over and over, there's more scary stuff to come. I'm sure we're going to find
more
out.
coming. It's more
Well,
coming.
And I'm not a legal expert by any means, but I'm just thinking they're not going to want to make a hasty decision, just kick everybody out because they could be sued.
Oh, yeah.
for breach of contract. So they want to make sure they have all their ducks in a row before they make any decisions like that. I mean, these are
Yeah.
major decisions
This
because
is
their
true.
agreement with Vince was to keep these people in the company.
True state.
He had a major falling out, Nick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
major. Yeah.
Have a major
Crappy
falling out.
It's water over the bridge, Nick. Water over the bridge.
All right.
With that,
And crap down the pipes.
with that, we're going to end the show mercifully. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. I also want to thank my fellow co-hosts, Richard, Ben, and Andy. I think we had a good show tonight.
I think so.
Positive.
hmm
So had some very good feedback from the audience. Again, be watching the group in the next couple of weeks because I may be announcing the event for this Premier Dome Globe. I'm still trying to work out details because I just know that these things can be a pain sometimes. I'm not used to doing that. So as soon as I make a decision, I'll be putting the post out there. So be sure to watch out for that. So on behalf of my compadres here, please be sure to join us again next week. And hopefully we'll have another good show. So good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Have a good night,
Better you
everybody.
found it. Sucker free, drama free.